This just in, Cedar Point has made it official that Top Thrill 2 will only operate for 6 days in the 2024 season. I'm going to share all my thoughts with you, including why this is a much larger issue than I think most people thought, and what this means for Cedar Point's future as far as the timeline for their next major attraction, or hopefully roller coaster. My name is Brandon, and welcome to Theme Park Recommendations. I'm really glad you're here. And over the last 3 years, I've been following Top Thrill Dragster and Top Thrill 2 like crazy. It's been very fun, to say the least, except now it's not really even open, so it's not as much fun. But here's what Cedar Point just stated, and it's pretty crazy, really, because just here, listen to this. Here we go. This just happened. So they say, "We sincerely appreciate your patience while Top Thrill 2's manufacturer Zamperla has been working diligently to complete a mechanical modification for the coaster's vehicles. Unfortunately, the manufacturer will not be able to complete the modifications needed in time to reopen the coaster in 2024. We are extremely disappointed that we cannot open the ride this season, but remain committed to delivering a reliable, consistent, and unparalleled coaster experience for our guests in 2025. In the meantime, please accept our sincere apology for the disappointment and inconvenience. We look forward to having you visit us again in the future to enjoy world-class rides, not Top Thrill 2, signature events, entertainment, and attractions, not Top Thrill 2, that Cedar Point is known for. And we thank you for your continued support of our park." Now, my first thought is this was very, very good. Cedar Point needed to say something that would basically cover up why they didn't say anything for so long over the last few months, because the last update was early June. So we've gone pretty much all summer without the park announcing anything about the ride, not giving us any update. All we know is that Top Thrill 2 has been seen testing every once in a while. So it's really unfortunate that the park did not get this ride up and running as they should have, but it goes to show you that Zamperla, I hate to say it, but for all those people out there saying, "Oh, quit hating on Zamperla," give me a reason not to. I mean, seriously, this is not good. When Zamperla made the bid, which they had no business doing when they first did this, to take on the second tallest coaster in America, to reimagine it, and Cedar Point had no business going with Zamperla at the time, and a manufacturer that's not known for their reliability and comfort in their coaster models. Zamperla's tallest coaster before Top Thrill 2 was like 155 feet tall, and the fastest was like 57 miles an hour. So for them to go with Zamperla for this, and for Zamperla taking this on, I mean, it's just bad. It's a bad look for Cedar Point. It's a bad look for the ride. Now think about it. If Top Thrill Dragster did not have the accident beforehand, then, or the accidents really, then it's a little different scenario. But Cedar Point had one time to get this right. 1 year to make sure there's been no issues with this coaster, and to make sure that the guests felt safe riding it. And I gotta tell you, I was there opening weekend, people flocked to it, the buzz was back, people were ready to ride. But here's the thing, I rode the black, blue, and silver train, and my ride on that silver train, it felt like something was not right, and I was a little bit concerned because of how rattly and shaky the ride was. It was definitely not normal. And then a few days later, they closed the ride down for obviously the whole year now. This is so much more than the train. Cedar Point's trying to basically get us all to look at it's the trains that are the issue. However, it is not. It is the top hat. The top hat supports are cracked. And it's not a good situation whatsoever, because the additional weight of these trains were supposed to be lighter. Well, guess what? They're not lighter. They're heavier. They're taller, and everything else about the ride is shifted and is different, because the 20-year-old ride that features Intamin track and supports for the top hat still is now using Zamperla trains to go up and over the top hat. Not to mention, but fly over the top hat. That additional force has not been too kind for the original top hat structure and the track. So I think over the off season, we are going to see a complete retrack of the top hat, get all the old Intamin track off of there, and replace it with new track from Zamperla. And they're going to have to do some major work on the top hat structure. And I know it sounds like crazy, but it honestly, there's a lot of issues that Cedar Point is not disclosing to us, and I understand why that is, but it's so much more than the trains. And for Zamperla, again, this is just not good look for Zamperla whatsoever. But the good news is their other Lightning Trains launch coaster at Playland in Vancouver is up and running. So if you want to go get an experience like Top Thrill 2, just like 400 feet shorter, then go check out that park over there. But anyways, how does this affect Cedar Point's future? And a lot of it comes down to, these parks plan out their new investments every year or so. Like flat rides take about, a year or less to actually purchase and get built, get approved, etc. Coasters take around 2 to 3 years on average. There's a lot that goes into building a major coaster for the park. So with Top Thrill 2 coming in 2025 now, obviously I do not think Cedar Point's going to be getting any new attraction that's going to be opening up in 2025. I do think we will see a new water slide being added over Cedar Point shores, and hopefully that gets announced soon. But for 2025, Top Thrill 2 will be their main attraction. Everything's riding on it. Because just imagine, I hate to say it, but I'll be that guy. Just imagine, by the way, baby, I'm ready to go. I am so ready to ride this ride again because Top Thrill 2 is fantastic. And if you love Top Thrill Dragster and Top Thrill 2 and you're ready to go, check out keepridingcoasters.com for affordable and comfortable merch. Here's the deal. If Top Thrill 2, just imagine if it's down a lot next year, or God forbid it's down for the whole season for next year. That is a major deal. And it would not surprise me if they cannot get this ride to be working properly and reliable. Who knows what's going to happen in 2026 or maybe 2027? Could we see Top Thrill 2 get removed completely? Or better yet, what if Cedar Point does what I think a lot of people are thinking now? They might not want to say it, but Cedar Point should honestly give Intamin a call and have them reimagine their coaster that was reimagined by Zamperla back to an Intamin version. Intamin has built this track and supports. They know all the specifications of this ride, and it's just a shame, honestly, that the ride has been down basically all year. And I have to wonder, and I think you are too, what if, right? What if Intamin was the one that reimagined Top Thrill 2? Would we see it be down so much? Would it be open right now? It's very crazy to think about, but I think it's safe to say that 2025 will be Top Thrill 2. 2026 will be a flat ride package coming to the park, which means the next coaster coming to Cedar Point will not be opening, I don't think, until 2027 at this rate. And the area by Valraven right here, as you see, that's the area where I think the park's next coaster will be located, unless they cannot figure out the crap with Top Thrill 2, and Cedar Point makes the difficult decision to remove the ride altogether. Now, if you're curious as to how I rank the coasters at Cedar Point, then you have to check out the video at the bottom of your screen, because I think you're going to be a little bit surprised. With that being said, what are your thoughts on Top Thrill 2? When do you think it's going to reopen, and what Cedar Point should do with it? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.